I would like to give you more examples on the need to develop this multidimensional mindset and check ourselves where we actually choose one of those. And we need to balance and have both, actually. Yes, we need the control. We need to balance between the control and management. We have to manage the organization. We have to have control over things. This is essential to run a business. But we also need to develop trusting mindset and empowerment. And for just a small example, when we build a leadership strategy offsite, think about your participation in leadership strategy offsite. The agenda, in my opinion, can never be closed and calming and fully built in advance. Usually this is what we do. Why can't it be like that? Because then how do we hold the management's abilities to deal with uncertainty? All the things that usually come up spontaneously are super crucial, and sometimes they are the key. So we need to balance between setting clear goals and framework, but also trust ourselves that we can manage uncertainty as it appears. Order versus randomness. We have to have basic framework and order in place, but we have to allow spontaneity and agility. And not forget that the process and charts are means to achieve and not the goal per se. So for example, organizational structure, I would give you, my example. When I was at eBay, the need was actually that I will be holding two positions, Chief of Staff and Head of HR of Israel Development Center. And as Chief of Staff, I had to report to the GM, and as HR, I had to report to the VP HR globally. And they couldn't figure it out because it's separated, right? Which we were talking about, the separation of everything. So the right thing was not done because of that. Individuals and versus groups. We talked a little bit about the sense of meaning in the Western, companies. And I would like to give you a small example. When I met with the head of HR of both eBay and PayPal, and for a personal meeting, and she said, and she asked where I'm from and where I was born. I told her Estonia, and she said, wow, I have to tell you a story. When we acquired Skype, that is based in Tallinn, Estonia, their development center, and I came personally to present them the compensation plan. And they actually told me, thank you very much for the monthly payment, the salary, but we will waive the annual bonus. And she was amazed. What do you mean you don't want the annual bonus? And they said, the reason that we actually succeeded and made it is because we work so well as a team. We don't want anything that will encourage internal competition between us. So thank you very much. That's an amazing story in my view. Planning versus agility. For example, goals cannot be annual anymore. They cannot be non-inspiring. Otherwise, I think it's a waste of precious time of our managers who actually complain about this process everywhere. So to be clear, goals should be set out of passion and not the opposite. Not to be set and then hope that they will spark enthusiasm. So usually the way we manage OKR doesn't stimulate the passion. I think it's an opportunity now to stop, reevaluate, and change. Long-term versus short-term, both short-term and long-term have to be there. Otherwise, and usually we give, goals for 1 year, annual goals. And I ask myself, what will be the incentive for the CTO to rewrite the code of the product or build a platform that will bear fruit only in 2 years? They don't even know if they stay so long, right? So yes, we need to think about both. Commitment and innovation is so straightforward, right? We need to have both. And our reality is not either or, but both. An organization, especially in growth, need to adapt and create their processes and adjust it according to where they are in a life cycle. So you need to answer yourself, what organization culture do we want to create? And the quantum world does not give absolute and reassuring answers, no manuals, no, this is how it should be done. We are supposed to take the responsibility and produce what suits us best at any given moment. And our goal is to help you to get there.